Hey, what's up guys? So we are going to be doing a deck profile for the card ClearWater Inzektors that I was playing a few days ago. I've been doing a little bit more testing and I'm pretty satisfied with this build. I've been testing it out and definitely it has some potential, and I doubt it's going to get hit in the next ban list, so I think you'll be okay to run this. Even though in TCG it still has top, in the OCG I don't think they even care about Inzektors anymore. They loved Inzektors before though, when Hornet and Dragonfly were at 3, but yeah, it's a pretty good deck I would say, and it's relatively inexpensive minus BLS, but you can definitely opt out to play a Chaos Sorcerer instead of BLS, but BLS is pretty good. But let's get started with the deck profile, and I'll explain my choices as we go along. So we got double Tragodia, just because, you know, when you play 3 of these, 3 of these, 3 of these, sometimes you can have non-playable cards, and Tragodia helps you survive until you can just draw, like, you know, just your one or two card combos that you really need. Like this plus this is really good, or this plus this is really good. But yeah, there's lots of combos in this deck, and sometimes you open up with a clogging hand. And it's just Yu-Gi-Oh! It happens, but this is like as consistent as I can really get it, unless you want to play upstarts, but I don't really think there's anything you can really cut. But BLS is really good. Similar to what Billy Break did, he just played Triple Veiler and was like, oh, let's go BLS, because BLS is like a really good card. I didn't actually play BLS when I was playing Inzektors, but you know, when Hornet and Dragonfly were at 3, it was so easy to top, like, you didn't need to play BLS. But next up, I played Darkharm because it's really easy to get Darkharmed, and you can actually get an OTK pretty often. If you drop Darkharm and you have like a Dragonfly, you got game pretty much. As long as your Darkharm like goes through, it doesn't get destroyed, you can pretty much finish off the game. This deck does not rely on the swords build. I find the sword build a little bit inconsistent, as well as a little bit slower, because, you know, Heart of Clearwater is just so fast. Like a first turn Inzektor Centipede, equip Heart of Clearwater, you activate, Heart of Clearwater's effect activates because the monster has 1300 or more hat, and then Clearwater then dies, and then you get your Centipede effect to search. You then search Ladybug, you then equip Ladybug to Centipede, send it to the graveyard, increase Centipede's level, and then you get to add like a Dragonfly, you can add, you know, Hornet, you can set up for next turn and all that good stuff. Next up, I play Gorse because it allows me to, you know, survive sometimes if they're trying to OTK me, because I don't really have any real back row. I mean, Veiler's my like only real hand trap. Well, I got 2 Trags if you want to consider those hand traps, but to stop plays, I just got the triple Veilers because lights are needed for BLS. And then I play 1 Giga Mantis. This deck doesn't OTK, like I said, because it doesn't play the swords, but I find this more consistent in my opinion. But if you want to OTK, hey, throw in some swords, throw in Giga Mantis. I've seen people play multiple Giga Mantis, but I think 1 is sufficient for me. He's a pretty good card. Next up we have Hopper. Now, Hopper is pretty awesome because it works well with Sangan, with Insect Imitation, or Insect Imitation plus a Hornet. Definitely awesome, because if you go summon Sangan, and then you go, or you could go Tour Guide into Sangan if you really wanted to, but you could just go, yeah, you can go Tour Guide into Sangan, and then just go Insect Imitation, tribute the Sangan, special summon a Hopper, and then you would then be able to add a Hornet with Sangan's effect, and then you would have Hopper plus like Tour Guide on the field, and then you could just go Hopper, equip the Hornet that you just added, and pop a card and start up your combos for, you know, next turn, because Hornet will be in the grave. It's pretty good stuff. Just a random card. You can definitely take them out to play triple MST if you want, but I'll get into my reasons why I only play 2 MST, but you can definitely play 3 in this deck. I play triple Centipede. This card staying at 3 kind of allows Inzektors to run properly. Dragonfly, unfortunately it's at 1, but I think that is for a very good reason. I only play just a 2 Tour Guide, 1 Sangan. I wish I played Night Assailant, but sometimes I would mill like Tour Guide or Sangan with Card Trooper, then I wouldn't have my other target, so I was like, yeah, that's fine, I'll just play this. And 1 of these, and then Trooper, just because it helps out. Like milling, BLS is like the only thing I don't like to mill, but other than that, throwing cards in the grave, it's okay with me. And it speeds up the deck, and it's also like a chainable to Call of the Haunted. Like if, you know, you set Call of the Haunted, the MST, and you should be like, oh, it's cool, let me Call of the Haunted, get back Card Trooper, draw a card for free. Pretty good stuff. And I played triple Ladybug because it speeds up the deck and you can use it first turn. Then I played 3 Veiler because, you know, you need lights for BLS for food. And then I played Lord of Darkness because, like, everything's dark, might as well. And then I play the Trinity, Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, Reborn, and then triple Insect Imitation to make the deck as fast as possible, because in Yu-Gi-Oh! These days you gotta be fast. Like if you're too slow, you just lose like within, like, you know, a few turns. It happens because the game has gotten really fast. And I played 2 Duality because you don't really need to special summon this deck, you know, that often. You can definitely go for game sometimes if you can drop like either one of these, and if you have Dragonfly, you can go for game. But Pod Duality, it's good, it helps you add consistency to your deck and, you know, set up for combos. And I play 2 MST just because I feel like if they negate my summon, I have triple call, so like I can just be like, oh, it's cool, you warning my Dragonfly, it's cool, and then just get a Dragonfly back and then just go for game anyways, now that you've paid 2,000 life and I can pop everything. So I think it's pretty good. I did wish I'd played 3. I don't know what I would take out. You could definitely maybe opt to take out one of these. I just like this so much. I mean, maybe you could drop one of these. I would keep these in though, but that's my personal preference because it is ClearWater Inzektors. So this is hard ClearWater. So what it does is if the monster has 1300 or higher attack, this card is destroyed. It is an equip card, but the monster equipped with this card cannot be destroyed by battle or by the effect of a card effect that targets that monster. So pretty nice stuff. And you know, if you equip, you know, a Ladybug, since Ladybug increases attack or Hornet increases attack, you can just, you know, put it onto a Dragonfly and just be like, oh, it's cool, let me just get a free search out. So it works really well, and I really feel like it speeds up the deck a lot. So it helps the, you know, Inzektors be a little bit faster. Like I said, opening up this plus this first turn is good, or this plus this is first turn is good. Like, you have options. Because this plus this equals, like, you can go into this, or more than likely you'll probably go for a Dragonfly. Like, what you do is you'll summon Ladybug, you Insect Imitation Ladybug, send it to the grave, get out Dragonfly, Dragonfly equip, okay, then we get a Centipede, then equip, then add like a Hornet, and then you can go for like Adrius, Tyrus, or depending on what your hand you have, you can definitely edit that. Next up for the extra deck, we'll go over that real quick. This is just like a random, but you know, on the off chance that, you know, you can go for this card, it's pretty good. This is an Exit Stag, but everything else should be pretty familiar. There's not really like any like synchros that you really need to go for, other than like sometimes, you know, Black Rose is just good to have because, you know, I play Veiler, and you know, it allows me to kind of go for some synchros, but these are the only synchros I really like to go for. Occasionally there's Stardust, but I don't know, without any like back row, sometimes Stardust just kind of fails because Stardust is just, it's too weak. It needs more attack. But yeah, it's been the deck profile for the ClearWater Inzektors, so I hope this is a fun deck for you guys. I mean, it's Inzektors. I've been doing a little bit more playtesting with it, and they're not really too interesting for the video, so I didn't really upload them because mostly what happened was like you would just summon Dragonfly, pop everything, and they would get over Dragonfly, then they'd push in for damage, and you just go, oh, call the Haunted Dragonfly or Centipede, and just kind of just push and pop everything and go for game. Relatively easy deck to run too, and without pretty much BLS is the only expensive card. Other than that, I would consider it budget. And you can just put in a Chaos Sorcerer if you just don't have them. But Inzektors, still, I would say it's a viable deck, and it'll probably be a viable deck next format. But I don't know, Fire Kings are looking pretty good. Also, the Fire Fists, they are looking relatively popular. But I mean, if you can call upon just pop everything, just that's cool game. Because Fire Fists, at the moment, I think there's a lot of players playing the Rabbit build. So I don't know how this really fares up against that. I mean, just popping everything is just, it's too good. I kind of miss Inzektors, but at the same time, like, I'm glad that they're hit, like, really hard. But yeah, have some fun with this deck, and I hope this, you know, gives you something to do until the March list comes out, because, you know, you don't want to be building some tier 1 decks and then be like, oh, it's cool, that card is now banned, and you're like, oh, I'm out of cards to make a deck for it. But anyways, thanks for watching. Agent Ice signing out.